The story of a murderer, Bryan Kohlberg. On November 13, 2022, all 5 roommates in Chapin were home by 2:00 a.m. Chapin and Kernodle returned from a party at the Sigma Chi fraternity at 1:45 a.m., while Mogan and Goncalves arrived home at 1:56 a.m. after visiting a downtown sports bar and a food truck. Between 2:26 and 2:52 a.m., Goncalves' phone made 7 unanswered calls to her former boyfriend. Mogan's phone made 3 unanswered calls to the same person during this time. Authorities investigated these calls and determined the recipient was not involved in the incident. Kernodle appeared to be awake when the killer entered, as she had received a DoorDash order around 4:00 a.m. and was active on TikTok at 4:12 a.m. A surviving roommate who was asleep on the 2nd floor reported being awakened by a noise on the 3rd floor, initially thinking it was Goncalves and her dog. She later heard a voice that sounded like Goncalves saying there was someone in the house. The roommate looked out her door but saw nothing, then heard what she thought was crying from Kernodle's room. She opened her door again and heard a male voice saying, "It's okay. I'm going to help you." Security cameras captured sounds of whimpering, a loud thud, and a dog barking starting around 4:17 a.m. when the surviving roommate opened her door a 3rd time. She saw a figure in black clothing and a mask walking towards her. The man exited through a sliding glass door. The roommate described being in shock and then locked herself in her room. At approximately 4:26 a.m., she went downstairs to join another surviving roommate and saw Kernodle lying on her bedroom floor, believing she was intoxicated. The 2 surviving roommates locked themselves in the same bedroom and spent hours trying to contact their housemates. The 4 victims were found stabbed to death on the 2nd and 3rd floors of the residence. Mogan and Goncalves were in Mogan's room, while Kernodle and Chapin were in Kernodle's room. Kernodle suffered over 50 stab wounds, and Goncalves had more than 20. Before calling 911, the surviving roommates summoned friends to the residence, thinking one of the victims was unconscious. Someone called 911 at 11:58 a.m., over 7 hours after the homicides, requesting aid for an unconscious person. The identity of the caller was not disclosed, but police confirmed they were not a suspect. When police arrived, they found the door open, with no signs of forced entry or theft. The 2 surviving roommates were present along with friends of the victims. All 4 victims were pronounced dead at noon. Detectives believe the killings occurred between 4:00 and 4:25 a.m. During the search, officers found Goncalves' dog, which was unharmed on the 3rd floor.